Hey guys, my name is Nate and this is my brother Steven. Together we are Wingman Merch.
Thanks for checking out our video. We put these up about a month after we shoot them. If you'd like to catch any of these videos live, check out our Facebook page. The link is in the description.
Hey, happy Memorial Day to everybody. We have a military theme going on in this group. We obviously enjoy everything that they have going on for us. If you've lost a loved one, we sympathize and our hearts go out to you. We just want to, I guess not start on that note, but appreciative note that we appreciate anybody serving in the military. We do greatly appreciate that.
Yeah, I've got friends shipping out to the Marines soon, and all friends in the Army and all the different services that the military has. So it was definitely a good weekend just to say thanks to them and spend some time with them. So we definitely appreciate your service. Anyone who has served or has family members who served. So thank you guys. Kind of a weird note to switch off of that, but another reason to say thank you guys. I got my new computer this week.
That's a pivot right there, boy.
My computer blew up on me last week just from overworking and traveling, kind of being rough on it. So got my new computer in this last night. Got it all set up. There's still a lot that I have to do as far as like file transfers and figuring out how everything's going to work on this new one. But I just wanted to say thank you at the beginning. I'm going to say it a few times during this show, but thank you guys for your patience. I was so stressed out last week, just feeling bad that it couldn't work, and I told people I was going to do things. I just couldn't do them because I didn't have my computer. So just thank you guys so much for your patience. Like I said, I'm going to say that a few times, so I'm going to keep it short here. But it really does mean a lot that you guys are just understanding and no one's, like getting upset at me just because, I'm having technical difficulties. So thank you guys. You want to start us off, brother?
Yes, we're having, well, I guess let me go back. Tomorrow we're going to be doing an over-the-shoulder call. This is the first attempt to record the first half so that anybody who wants the recording or can't make it live. But if you do sign up now and pay for the live, you can suggest your niche and I'll show you as I'm doing the research how to research your niche. So if that's something that you're interested in, Nathaniel, if you have that link, then you can post that in there.
Yep, grabbing it right now.
Sign up for that. If that part of it doesn't interest you and you just want to know the teaching side, wait on that and it should be coming soon, I guess. Because we'll be editing up that video, and then when it's ready, we'll be offering it as just a continuous thing. Until something changes with Amazon, we go, oh, this is kind of outdated now, and then we'll pull that. But yes, like Nathaniel said, we're going to be doing a lot of giveaways this week. We really appreciate this group. I guess I should speak for me. I've thoroughly enjoyed my May with just taking a break from everything else I have going on and focusing solely on this group. And as a thank you to everybody that's been in here, been active, been asking questions, been PMing me, been putting questions in the group, especially all the people that have been answering other people's questions, we just want to show our appreciation by doing a giveaway. We did one when we hit 500. We feel like we probably could have hit 1,000, but we've denied a ton of people. So instead of like, oh, let's wait until 1,000, we want to do it now. And so we're going to be doing this last week of giveaways, and then we're going to be kind of explaining as we continue this call about the pay group. Nathaniel hasn't had a computer, so we haven't really been able to talk or discuss. We thought we'd have everything kind of ironed out by now, but this is the case of doing business. Things don't always go the way that you want them to. So we don't have truly any more additional information other than we will have a pay group. We really like the feel of a small group. We really like to put our time into that small group. And because of going out, promoting, other people telling people to come in here, we don't want to continue doing what we were doing, which is, yeah, come and join the fun, and then immediately like reject them. So we're going to open this group up to everybody. So anybody that wants to come in is going to come in. We are going to test out different vetting strategies. So if it's not the 3 questions that we're going to have, maybe like for the people on YouTube, if they want to come over to join the Facebook group, should we have a password, a question that they need to answer, something? We don't know. We will be testing that out. this next few weeks we'll probably just let everybody in, and as long as we don't run into problems with that, we might continue on with that. Or if we see, hey, we are starting to get some spammers or whatever the case may be, we'll put kind of not a full gate check like we have, but maybe just a light censorship before you can come into the group, just to check your passport before you come in.
Yeah, again, we don't want to open this group up so, like, everyone in this group says they like the small group feel. And we think that we've kind of kept that culture from 30 people to where we're at now with 700. It's still, everyone kind of gets along, everyone shares things pretty openly. We don't try to hide too much from you guys or, anything like that. So we like the culture that we have and think it's sustainable. But also we are like talking at events and doing other things where we're trying to get people in here. So it was a bad reflection on us to say, like Steven said, like, come check out all this awesome content we have. And then they're like messaging us like, hey, you denied me from your group after you told me to join. I was like, oh, okay, maybe we need to rethink what we're doing here. So as Steven kind of touched on too, like the paid group is for those people who really want, as much of our attention as we can give. So that's really what the paid group is, just as much of us as we can give you guys, as much as the latest processes that we're doing, our mindset on things, how we're finding success. That's what the paid group is going to be, just us opening up a lot of what we're doing and what we believe is kind of the future of merch. So
we have to choose now. Either we're going to go way deeper into merch and kind of help everybody, or go in the direction that we kind of want to go, which is like how to take a merch business, then go to the next level. And then beyond that next level, how do you do other things? The partnering, we've been kind of hinting at it a lot. But we don't want to give that information away to everybody for free, because we feel like that's content that people should be paying for. We love doing a lot of stuff for free. That's not really going anywhere. We're going to be switching up how we're doing it. And now that Dana has a computer and I can talk to him, we'll iron out exactly how we're going to do that. But for right now, that's how we feel. Balanced way to move forward.
So
you want to talk about the giveaways then this week that we have coming up?
That's exactly what I was about to jump into. So this week, again, just to say thank you guys. I feel like we're saying that a ton this March Monday, but it's true. Like, we always reflect kind of at the end of the month, like how things went and prepare for the next month. And it's just like we both sat down this morning and just like, we're so thankful for the people in this group. We're so thankful for the opportunities that have come from having this group. So we want to do another giveaway week for you guys. Like Steven said, we could have waited till another milestone, but we're just like, let's do it now. It just felt right. So we're going to run it similar to how we did it last time. That was kind of all over the place, and you had to kind of catch things as they're happening. So we've thought about it, and the new way that we're going to do this is at the end of the week, we're going to announce all the winners. So we're going to have posts every day that you comment on, and then for each post that you comment on, you're going to get an entry to win a prize at the end of the week, but we're going to announce all the winners at one time. Except for today, I'm going to ask you guys in just a second to answer something below on this live feed. So if you're here live, you have a chance of winning a seat to our over-the-shoulder call, which is tomorrow. So the question that I want you guys to answer in the comments below right now is, what was the title or the topic of last Wednesday's video? So the first person to answer that is going to get a free seat to our over-the-shoulder call tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, we do still have seats for that call. So if you're interested and you don't win, there are still open seats in there.
Does trends count, Steven?
Yeah, nailed it.
Okay. Nicole, you were the first one. Congratulations. Message me. I'll message you right now, and I'll tell you after the call how you can get that free seat. So congrats, Nicole. All right, so to explain, I guess, the rest of that, I kind of got ahead of myself there, didn't I?
You were too excited about giving them away. I was like, oh, I thought he was going to explain what it was. And you were like, you kind of did it, and then you just jumped right into a giveaway. Which I think that's what we enjoy. We've have been in business for myself for the last 15 years, and I really enjoyed working with you. So now doing this group is something that we can actually work on that we both enjoy. It wasn't like, Nathaniel, I need boxes taped up, get to work. Nathaniel, there's some returns, get to work. Like, this is the first thing we can bounce ideas back and forth off each other. And I think that's why we like doing stuff like this, because we both get jazzed up. Like, we love helping people, and we like this group so much that, I don't know, even talking to you this morning and just getting that energy to like, let's do this. Let's definitely give some stuff away. Let's get this more active. Let's reach out. Let's try to grow this group. I don't know. It was very exciting. But to see your excitement and just get ahead of yourself too is like, I think we're doing the right thing by doing all this.
Yeah. So sorry to explain the rest of this giveaway week. I'm going to be asking questions throughout the week, one a day. And then if, like I said, if you answer those, then you get put into the drawing that's going to happen on June 1st, which is the first of next month. So it gives you 3 chances to win. So we're going to be picking 2 people off of each one. So that's 6 people total. And the prizes that you guys can pick from is going to be either a free 500 member specialty t-shirt.
Yeah, these are just some of them. We have a few more, but we don't want to say them here yet.
Right. So we've got 4 picked out already. So that's the first one, is the free t-shirt from this group for the 500. When we hit 500, I made that like special design. Those are going to be going away at the end of this month as well. So this is kind of your last chance to get them. So that is one prize that you can pick. 5 designs done by the art team is another prize that you can pick. 10 landing zones. Those are going to be pre-selected by Steven's team. Just kind of what we're doing for ourselves. So you'll get landing zones that we would actually use, 10 of them. That's one prize in itself. And then the last thing that we have listed here, but not the last prize that we're going to be offering, is 50% off a one-on-one coaching call. Those are $100 an hour, so that's going to be $50 for an hour of coaching one-on-one. So last time we kind of like forced you guys, well, not forced you, but we like chose the prize for you. And so this time we wanted to say, you know, those 6 people are going to win, and then they get to pick one of the that we've laid out, whatever they need help with. If they need help with the landing zones, and look at the landing zones. If they need help with art, they'll get the art. If they want the cool t-shirt, they can get that, or just like the coaching. So we thought that was a much cooler way of doing the giveaway, so you guys, you know, get some choice in there as well. It's not just like, you know, you want a t-shirt and you really, you know, you're dying for like landing zones. We didn't feel like that was the right thing to do. So
or they get to use art and they're really good at art and they want the keywords.
Right,
it was just an evolving of what we're doing. That's why I like working with my brother so much, because we can bounce so many ideas off each other to go, oh, this would be a prize, this would be a prize, and we can pick 2, and how are we going to do this? And then it was like, oh, I feel like we're almost pigeonholing these people, and we are trying to help more. It's the same kind of thing with opening up the group now. We're just trying to be more aware, I guess. And I think letting you guys pick is probably the best thing. Letting more people in the group, even though we were doing that by saying, hey, come in, but then denying them. We're just learning from our mistakes. So as we move forward, hopefully we're getting better. And we always love people's feedback. If you see we're doing something that you don't like, put it in the group. We're not scared to hide any of that stuff. I mean, I still, if you want to PM me, that's fine. I'm not saying don't PM me, but put it in the group. I mean, I always say this to people that have PM me, not to them, but I appreciate any feedback. Just give me some suggestions also with whatever feedback that you're going to give me. So if you say, oh, your time for doing certain things is very difficult because I live on the other side of the country, this is what I'd like. I'd like to, I know doing it live might not be possible at 4 o'clock in the morning, but if I get the recording, that would really be helpful. And then that kind of stuff we can bounce off and go, okay, well, I don't want to give the recording to everybody because I kind of told these people that their niches weren't going to get blown out. So let's cut off the first part of this video. It's always solutions that me and Nathaniel can bounce off of. But I mean, those suggestions are really what's shaping this group. And I think that's why I like it so much. It's instead of like my idea and then rush forward and fail a whole bunch, I kind of get some feedback before I take the next step. So it's a lot more enjoyable for me.
Yeah, you guys have been a huge reason that we're continuing to do this and continue that we're so happy and excited about doing this. So if you guys have suggestions, if you want to see something in the group, if you want us to talk about a certain thing, definitely let us know. And like Steven said, give us suggestions so that we can actually do it. That's a big part of what we're doing, is listening to you guys and giving you the content that you want. We both have ideas of what we want, this group to look like in 5 years. But we're just happy to be able to serve you guys and give you the content that you guys are looking for. And we trickle in the stuff that we want to talk about every once in a while. So that's where we're at with that. That action step for this week. You guys know I love my action steps. It's just to be part of the fun. Again, we're feeling really good this week. I'm feeling really fantastic that I have the computer back and can work, and we've just been having good energy all week. So we want you guys to be part of the fun, answer the questions. Some of them are going to be funny, some are going to be business related. But we just want you guys to kind of enjoy this week, hopefully get some value, hopefully win some prizes, and just, enjoy this community, because, we wake up every morning just excited to see, what questions are going to come up and how we can work together with people. So that's where we're at for the action step this week.
So just have fun. That's your action step?
Just have fun.
I'll be participating in that one. That's easy.
All right, so we're going to jump into questions now. We picked 3 questions out of the group that we saw and that we want to answer live, even though we've kind of touched on some of them. But we just wanted you guys to see these on the call. If you guys have questions that you would like us to answer live right now, definitely post those in the group. I'm looking at Facebook chat. I'm seeing all the congrats to Nicole, so that's awesome. So definitely let us know if you have a question about merch that you would like us to answer now. But we're going to run down these 3 that we pulled and just cover them once again. So the first question that we pulled from the group this week is from Jessica. She wants to know, was there a way to remove sponsored listings from Jungle Scout, and is that a necessary step? I'm going to let Steven answer this because he uses Jungle Scout way more than I do. So do you want to answer this?
You want to tell people how much you actually use Jungle Scout?
Not at all. When we're on the over-the-shoulder call, this is what I use.
You look over my shoulder as I'm using it. As we help more and more people, I actually have both Light and Pro. I actually answer this question in pictures, so if you can post that, if you can grab that question, I guess, and just post it in the chat. But the Light version automatically pulls sponsored ads out of it, and the Pro version is very simple to just go into the menus, go into columns, and deselect it. Now, there are a lot of schools of thought behind either looking at the sponsored ads or not looking at the sponsored ads. How I stand on it right now is I kind of discredit them. The reason being, for like private label and everything else, I'll look at them just to kind of see what the competition is doing. But because merch does not have an access to AMS ads, I know I can't even compete with that. So if someone's willing to run ads on it, I don't really consider my competitors. Actually, I mean, we have AMS accounts, but most people do not. And I'm not running AMS ads right now because there's so many problems with it. But again, you got to keep me on track. I don't see them as my competitors, and they change so rapidly that it's not worth considering them, because they might be there in the morning, you look at it at night, they might be gone, you look at it tomorrow, they might be back, you look at it in a week, who knows what's going to happen. So sometimes there's like 3 to 4 sponsored ads, depending on how Amazon wants to view that page, and sometimes there's only 1 on the same exact landing page. So because it's so volatile, I don't even look at it. So I discredit all sponsored ads for right now. Now, again, with Amazon constantly changing, who knows in the future how I address that. But for right now, I suggest don't worry about them. If you have Pro, go to that way, the answer. I kind of broke everything down in pictures to make it as simple as possible. And if you have Light, then do not have to worry about it at all.
Yeah, so I posted the link to that whole comment and thread in this Facebook Live. Steven went into some great detail, like he said, posting pictures and everything to show you guys how to do that. So if that is something that you're curious about, definitely go check that out and read through. Lots of good information there. Let's take a question from Facebook. Not necessarily merch related, but are you in Florida? Question mark.
Is that a me question? Because I am. I live here. I love this place. I tried not to leave. I actually planned out May that I didn't have to leave. I've actually gotten a few offers this month and next month, so I might be leaving again, California and or Texas and or Las Vegas, but Nathaniel is not, and I don't know if he's coming back.
Yeah, Steven's in Florida, loves Florida, doesn't want to leave. been in Florida the last 4 years and have not been there for like 3 months. I'm just traveling around, enjoying being free of a 9 to 5 and being able to work off a laptop that I now have again. So I'm currently in Michigan. We'll be here until the end of next month. I guess I can post about that and see if people want to start meeting up. My schedule's freeing up a little bit. So if you guys are in Michigan and at all interested in just grabbing lunch, definitely personal message me. And then if there's enough people in certain areas, maybe I'll try to do like a little meetup or something.
That'd be cool.
I've done that. Yeah, I did that in Colorado, and that was awesome. I really enjoyed meeting you guys face to face. So definitely, if you're in Michigan, let us know. Oh no.
Yeah, and in Texas, when we were there for that conference and then seeing people in our group, that was extremely eye-opening to us. We had one way of thinking about the group and them just telling us, no, we want to actually know what you guys are doing. You can't just say it once. You have to say it multiple times, make a post that will definitely help out, send out some emails, just letting us know what's going on because life is so hectic. So we were seeing it as we don't want to harass people, but I guess everybody takes the information different. So if you watch the videos, especially this one's going to be another hour long. Again, I always try to keep them to half an hour. We're already at a half mark already. But just knowing that and getting to speak to people face to face and then having that conversation to open up a lot more insight into our group was extremely helpful, especially at the time.
Yeah. One more, I'll take two more from Facebook. Any success with using Facebook or Instagram to drive traffic to merch sales? We haven't done a lot of, I don't even know what that's called.
Marketing?
Like advertising, yeah, or marketing on Facebook or Instagram. But the thing that we always kind of come back to is partnering. And we have had success with people who have followings on Facebook and Instagram, pushing their traffic to Amazon to buy t-shirts. So we don't have like a strategy for how to build that up yourself, but I am working on a strategy on how to pick people who have followings that will give you a higher chance of working with them and finding success. Because that was some of the first deals that we did was just influencers on Facebook posting stuff that we had on viral posts. And that was definitely a huge boost and an eye opener to like, oh, there's something to this partnering thing. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question, Eric.
We have run Facebook ads. And at the time, it was going to take way too much effort to learn and fully flesh out that idea. You actually set me up with something on Instagram that goes out almost automatically. And I have noticed sales from that because shirts that were private links that I put in there just to see if it was working because I didn't know how to do like, I know how to do the redirect links and everything. It was just too much of a pain. I actually got sales from that. So just Instagram, it seems like consistency. As long as you're like consistently posting stuff and you're not always trying to sell, but people click on it for interesting pictures or whatever the case may be, then you can sneak in. I was doing it once a week, an ad for a shirt and then getting sales for that. And then just the different types of posts. Like, do you like A? Do you like B? And then try to get some engagement on the actual post and then direct them to your store. That's another thing that I was doing. But I have not done that all of May. I was on autopilot the rest of the last like 3 months pretty much. So I wasn't like actively doing it. I just set it up in January, February, whenever I did that, out for however many months and then just let it auto do its thing. So I would say consistency if you're going to do Instagram and not beat them over the head with what you're trying to sell, but add value. The same kind of thing that Daniel has read Gary Vee's book, that jab, 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 right hook mentality of just like overvaluing and then asking for the sale. And that's kind of how we approach a lot of different things.
Yeah, I'm more cautious than Steven to share that type of information because I want to like show you guys like actual facts of why it's working and all this stuff. But we have dabbled in it and seen some success, but just because of all the stuff that we're trying to do, we didn't think it was worth our time. My view on it is because I know that there's people out there who understand that stuff. I even have friends who understand that stuff. So partnering with them to me is more powerful than me spending the 80
time to learn it. Yes,
1,000 hours to learn that kind of stuff. So if that's something you're interested in, if you're asking, is there opportunity there? I definitely think there is, but we don't have any we're not going to make a course on that anytime soon just because we haven't done it enough.
Yeah, and partnering, like Nathaniel said, is probably by far the best way to do it. Unless you fully understand Instagram or Facebook ads or something, then go for it. But it's way better to partner up with people that know way more than you. And there's a ton of win-wins in all those situations. So that's what we want to start speaking on. That's kind of what we started this group for, but realize that you have to understand the basics before you got to get your white belt before you go up the chain. And we just realized early on when we were trying to do the nonprofit stuff and everything, we were getting way more questions on just like, okay, what's the link? What's the keyword? How do I make that? Like, we were like, oh, okay, we got to take this thing back. So now that we kind of feel like have a strong foundation to build off of, and that's kind of why we're telling you guys to go back and watch the videos. If you missed any, just go back, watch the videos. There's plenty enough information in here to run a successful merch business, but now we want to start teaching kind of next level. Well, I do. I know I say this all the time. As much as Nathaniel loves merch, it is an amazing tool, and I use it as such. It's not my full business.
Yeah. All right. We're going to have to answer these next ones rapid fire because that was like 5 minutes on one question. So I'm going to jump back to the 2 that we pulled previously, and then we'll jump back in Facebook. Thank you guys for asking so many questions. That's awesome. We usually don't get that many, so appreciate that. Gloria Donna asked this week, my shirts have been under review since early morning on the 23rd. Is there anyone I can contact? Is this normal? I can kind of answer this. It depends on what tier you're at. If you're at a lower tier.
Or if it's a new account.
Yeah, kind of the same thing in my eyes. They have manual reviews, which means that they just want to make sure that what you're posting is not copyright or there's any problems with it. And because of how big merch has gotten, how many accounts that they're letting in, and the group that they have working on it, I've seen that take up to 2 weeks. So it is normal. It's kind of stinky that it happens, but it might just be, your design got randomly selected for someone to manually check it to make sure that everything you're doing is on the up and up. So the other side of that is if you have an account that has a lot of rejections, then you'll definitely go back into kind of that manual review section that merch has, where there's just having people check stuff that you're doing because they don't want any of those copyrighted things going up, so they just want to watch that stuff a bit closer. So that's an answer to Gordana's question. And then the last question that we pulled is from Sean. In the bullet points in the resource, there are quotes around words and there are question marks. Is that okay to do? To kind of clarify and give you guys some context.
In our resource section?
Yeah, right. So in the resource, so under the file section in our group, we have a file called resources, and at the very bottom of that, we show some examples of bullet points that we used to use. And there are quotations and question marks in there. That was written by somebody who's not doing merch full time, but he does do copyright for sales online full time. So he put those in there, and I left them in there when I was originally using those bullet points. Now what we suggest is you don't use anything but a period. But I haven't had any problem with that. I haven't had any of my listings being taken down because of those bullet points. I've used them in hundreds of listings. So it is okay to do. Is it the latest and greatest thing to use? Probably not. But I've said this basically every time that I've mentioned those. Like, those are just kind of a starting point for you guys to understand how to write copy and how to still put your keywords in there without stuffing and all those other things that can get you in trouble. So we're going to leave those in there, and that's the way that we used to do it. So
yeah, and they're just examples like Nathaniel said. And
right.
Before I was poking and prodding so much on Amazon, we didn't see it really doing anything. But then as I went back and was checking everything, we noticed that, the algorithm is picking this up odd. And especially now with the way that they're doing it, it's not as beneficial as it was before, that we could go, okay, they're using the quotations in this way. We kind of not cheat the system, but use that to our advantage. And now we kind of see it that it's not as useful anymore. So I would say, just like Nathaniel, just use the period and then kind of leave everything else out. Not dashes, don't put an ad stuff in there, just leave it as it is.
Yeah, something that just crossed my mind is if you guys know the app Musical.ly, they are like official partner with merch. And they kind of get things before we get them, like the pop sockets. They've had those for probably a year, and now Amazon just started talking about us getting pop sockets. So if you check their account and the way that they're doing bullet points, I haven't even done this personally, but I would say that's probably a good thing to follow. I can't imagine they're using question marks and quotations still. So I'm actually going to check myself after this call, but that's something that you guys can do just to look at, someone who's more in the know than us because they're in direct contact with the merch team. So that's a way that we can learn from them. Appreciate that you guys show us how to do research without tools, but what merch tools do you use personally? I can answer this in short, and then Stephen wants to expand on it, he can, but there aren't really any merch specific like research things. I guess Merch Informer is that, but again, we feel.
Oh, I think I lost you, brother.
Drop out for a second there?
Yeah, you did. Go back to what you were saying.
Oh. Sorry, the short answer for, there's just not a ton of good ones out there, and we feel, again, that Stephen's system has worked better for us. So I don't know if you want to dig into that any deeper or if that kind of answers that.
It does. And I guess the way that I'm showing people is the way that I want to continue to teach people. And I want you to have success on merch and then continue to grow as your money grows. And if I teach you Merch Informer, you're kind of stuck with that style of research. It doesn't really lend itself well to any other kind of research. So Jungle Scout is made for private label. Even if you don't want to do private label, just the basic understanding of how to do research bigger than just merch is going to help you have a lot more success moving forward.
Yeah, so that is cool that we're kind of showing like familiarity with tools that we want to show this group how to use in the future.
Well, that I thought a lot about because, like I said, when we started this group, I don't know if it's a merch group for me. This might be your thing because much as you love merch, I'm not a huge fan. But if I can show people how to use merch in a way that works for me, then I can show them exactly the next steps that I took to do even more successful things. And I think the partnership too, like if you only do merch and you only send that aspect of it and you have the opportunity to work with somebody that has a major brand and you're trying to explain to them other pieces of the business, it really limits your ability to partner up and work with them.
So if that's all the questions we've got, then we're going to move into shout outs. Just a part of the show where we want to say thank you to this community. Again, that's like kind of the theme of this week is just thank you to everyone in this group. So to continue on with that, the shout out this week is from both of us, and it's just to the whole group. Again, I kind of said this at the beginning of the show, but I'm going to say it again just because of how much it means to me. I was super stressed out last week not being able to work. My VAs were constantly contacting me like,
so weird. Stressed out because I couldn't work.
Well, I was like, I love what I do. I love the people that I help. I love the partnerships that I have. So to have my VA team like ask am I still alive just because they haven't seen me online for like 72 hours. They're like, well, what's going on? Like, he's never been gone this long. He's never like not contacted us every morning and stuff like that. So it was just stressful for me because of, how passionate I am about what I'm doing. So I really, really, really appreciate just this community. You guys were all awesome. Not one person was like, oh my gosh, like you're taking way too long to deliver art, or, I can't believe that you didn't get back with me or whatever. Like those are all scenarios I just ran through my head, but I didn't get any of that. Everyone was just like super understanding, even interested, like, oh, what computer did you end up buying? And like, what was the problem and stuff like that. So that just made it so much easier. Like just this weekend, just to be like, okay, like everyone's okay with me, like taking 2 days off. They understand like the delivery times and all that stuff. Like, I don't know, in my own head, I just made it way bigger of a deal, I think. And just having you guys like help calm me down and no one was like stressing me out about that was a huge, huge help just getting through this last week. So I appreciate you guys so much.
Yeah, I want to say when I was kind of checked out for that month and a half that I checked out for, it was just very, I don't know, uplifting to see people in the group, not really reaching out to me because I wasn't really that big into the group before, but just being completely out of it and people asking questions and just seeing how I was doing felt really good, especially all the partnerships that I had that they were reaching out and just sending prayers and just being more uplifting than I thought, because I thought, oh, I did just kind of like drop everything and leave due to the situation. And I thought kind of the same thing. It was very, very stressful to go, oh, how are they going to take this? I should have really done this, but I didn't have time because I just had to pack my stuff up and get on a plane. And then just having people be calm and cool and collective and actually like care about what we're doing, it felt very good. And I think that's why I kind of wanted to go back and spend more time in this group this month, because it felt like this was a big part of what got me through those times was just people in this group being nice, being kind. And I was like, oh yeah, I want to do a lot more of that because business is already stressful enough. I want to rebuild my business in a way that I get more of this type of interaction than kind of what it was before when I was doing everything by myself. And then it was like the supplier calling like, where are you at? What are you doing? Maybe all this money. It was like, this is a much better way for me to be doing business.
Yeah, I said this a lot when we first started the group, but I always I missed having coworkers. Working at home can be kind of lonely. I mean, even if it was just me and Steven in the office,
Which it was.
I love my brother.
A lot.
Yeah, I love my brother, but it's always nice to have more than one other person that you're working on this stuff with, and doing it by yourself. Like we've definitely heard, people doing this stuff by themselves, and I just imagine that gets super lonely and kind of frustrating when you're mulling over a problem just by yourself. So it's so nice to, be at a point now where I really do feel like I have 700 coworkers that, people messaging me in the middle of the day, hey, I'm doing this. This is awesome. Thanks for this help. Or, I have this question about this thing. I really enjoy, some of those interruptions. Now I need to kind of cut back, dropping everything that I'm doing to help people because I want to make sure that I'm still getting my stuff done, which is all that balance stuff that I talked about previously. But I really, really do enjoy that, and it continues to make, merch fun for me on top of, being able to use my skills and my passion and stuff. So I'm just so appreciative for this group. All right, I think that's all we've got. That's all my notes that we've gone through. So just a reminder, this is giveaway week. Please be active in there. That's your action step for this week, is just to be part of the fun. We want to give back to you guys. We want you guys to get value out of what we're doing, not only just the content, but just this community as a whole, and having fun in here is part of that. So thank you guys so much for joining us again.